So my name is Dr Isobel Mackay and I am one of the lecturers in the Department of Chemical Engineering here at UCL. My lecturing is primarily on one of our master's programs called Global Management of Natural Resources. So here I have a Lego model of a wind turbine, and what I look at is the number of different materials that are used to construct a wind turbine and how we can gather those materials, how we can mine those materials in a sustainable way so that we're not further damaging the environment when we're trying to create green energy. When I was 3 years old, I got a pedal car for my birthday, and the first thing that I wanted to do, rather than sitting in it and playing with it, was I wanted to turn it over and figure out how it worked. So that's, I guess, really engineering from a very young age. I was then very, very interested in maths and physics at school, but very definite that I didn't want to study pure maths and pure physics. I wanted to think about how we can apply those, which naturally led me to looking into engineering, and I did consider studying engineering at university. But actually I went and studied earth sciences instead. I focused on geophysics, so using the physical theories to understand what goes on in the centre of the Earth. We can't see it, so we use technology to see what's going on in the Earth. That then led me to be interested in mining, having used geophysics to find where the metals are, then actually how we extract them from the ground. So I went on and studied a PhD in minerals processing. My career path to being an engineer has not been super linear. I didn't start off being an engineer, I started off calling myself a scientist, and now I would call myself an engineer. So actually I would just remind all girls and women who are interested in being STEM that what you decide today is not going to dictate what your final career path is going to be. I think the best way for anybody to be an ally of women in STEM is to treat us equally. I don't think that we need any form of special treatment. I would just love us all to be listened to and heard in exactly the same way as our male counterparts. And I think there's some really easy things to do around that. So if you're in meetings with female colleagues and perhaps they're being talked over, or points that they've made that you think are really good are glossed over, jump in and say, oh, that's a really good point that you've made. Could you expand on that? I'd love to hear more about that. And just recognising the women that you work with, study with, whatever.